What do you mean white bishop? Going to e2? You're a genius. You're a genius. That's it. That was the move. All right, guys, it was not perfect, but again, imagine if you did this more often. Imagine if you do the kind of training that we did at the beginning as well. We're gonna play against Martin, but the problem is we're going to do it blindfolded, okay? So we can bring the pieces back on after 5-10 moves, whatever you want. Exactly, let's do it blindfolded. So let's see how that goes. All right, so let me know if you're ready. All right, so let's do it. I'm gonna start just something standard. I'm gonna play pawn to e4, and again, it's gonna be tricky for you to follow, but pay attention to the notation. It should be showing right here. All right. Okay, let's go e4 then. There we go. Pawn to e6. Let me see. You can see the notation, right? So French defense, and I'm just gonna go pawn to d4. Now let's do this after 5 moves or 4. After 4 moves, we bring the pieces back, we take a look, and then we do another 4, okay? So let's go pawn to d4. Okay, that's queen h4. Try to visualize that. What is that queen trying to do? Trying to hit the pawn on e4. So if I make the mistake of attacking it like any good beginner, they would take, check, and they take the rook. So after e4, e6, d4, queen h4, I'm just going to maybe let him take. Let's go. Look, I'm gonna go knight f3, hitting the queen, let him take, and then bishop e2, just developing pieces quickly. So knight f3, I like this, I like this. Okay, they took the pawn, and then I'm gonna go bishop e2. That's gonna be my 4th move. Okay, and then knight f6. Guys, make an effort. I know it's not that complicated yet. Make an effort to visualize that position. e4, e6, d4, queen f6, knight f3. They took on e4, bishop e2, and then knight f6. You have to be able to see that. I have a pawn on d4. I have my knight on f3. I have my bishop on e2. They have the queen on e4, pawn on e6, knight on f6. Right, so I'm gonna bring the pieces on board. Okay, you can see it. Okay, any pieces? Let me bring these. Okay, this is what we had, okay? Now, be honest. Were you able to clearly see this? Or were you missing some things? Maybe some areas were blurry, you couldn't see the whole thing. Now, important about this, we're gonna analyze the game after, but notice how, even though I dropped the pawn, I'm now going to develop the knight at the expense of the queen, then the bishop, and we get ahead in development by a lot. So this cannot be so bad. Also, I like it because you guys are off your elements already. I don't think you played this often. Nope. Yes. I got it. Perfect. 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 All right. Okay. Keep bragging. Now I'm gonna take the pieces off again. Make sure you see it. Good. Now blindfold. Okay, I'm gonna go knight c3. I'm gonna take win a tempo on that queen. And then wait, was that pawn c6? Okay, pawn to c6. We have to take the queen. Thank you, Martin. That's why we're playing you. And then they took back with the knight. When we get to move number 8, I show you the pieces again. Okay, so 94, 94. Then I'm just gonna castle. Pawn to f5. Supporting that knight. Well, I'm gonna go. Right? Why would you play? Why would you play at this point? I'm pretty sure it's blurry already for a lot of you. Why would you play? If you don't remember, feel free to go over the coordinates, okay? And keep track of it. .95. Is 95 safe? Bishop f4. Queen h5. Don't forget we have a knight. Oh, okay, 95 and then queen h5. Okay, I'm gonna go with your move. That's gonna be move number 8. 95. And then we have bishop d6 putting pressure on the knight. Guys, be honest. Can you picture what's going on now on the board? All right, let me set it up. Let me bring the pieces on. Let me see this one, I think. All right, is this what you saw? Did you see all of these? Every single thing. Did you realize that the bishop is still trapped? Did you realize they're about to castle? I know some of you said queen h5. Bishop is still in the way, okay? Bishop. No, my pleasure, guys. Happy to help. Happy to help. All right. Picture this for a few minutes, actually for a few seconds, and then I'm gonna take it away, okay? Don't forget, all I'm thinking about now is simplification. Simplification. All right, let's go ahead and remove the pieces. And we go another 4 moves without pieces. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just play bishop d3, just to chop off that knight. So bishop d3. They went bishop e7, and I'm just gonna take the knight. Yeah, I'm gonna take the knights. And they castled. I was ready to just go queen h5 like you wanted to. Okay. Okay, let's complicate the game. Let's just take on h. No, we cannot take on h7. The pawn is here. There's a pawn on c6 too. All right, I'm just gonna go back to safety. Bishop c6. And then pawn to g5. This has to be really bad. Okay, guys, what do we play at this moment? There's only one move that makes sense here after they played bishop pawn to g5. Don't forget, we have the knight on e5. There's a pawn defending it. Their bishop is on e7. We have the bishop on d3. Now, at this point, so far it's not tricky enough. I can see where the pieces are. But I remember when I was starting with this, I could barely see it. I would be like, okay, if they'll say, for example, queen h5, I would be like, okay, my queen is on d1. From d1, I could go to e2, f3, g4, h5, h5. My queen is on h5. From there, I could go g6, f7, e8. I'm hitting diagonal. So I couldn't really see everything. And there were sections of the board that were completely off limit for me. But the more you do it, the easier it gets, the easier it gets. All right, let me see. Maybe knight g5? What do you mean knight g5? Okay. Queen h5. I think queen h5 has to be the move. I think so. Queen h5. Okay. All right, so that's going to be move number 12. And then we see where the pieces are. Okay, this is rook f6. Guys, take a moment to try to picture the position. I remember, or I can see the knight on e5, defended by the pawn. Also, it helps to always pay attention, like make these connections between your pieces. Pawn defending the knight on e5, queen h5, hitting this pawn and hitting h7. My bishop is also hitting g5 right now. It's defended by the bishop. There's a bishop over here blocked by their pawns, so it's far from getting developed. Same thing with the rook. All of that is going to help you remember or keep track of the pieces. All right, so let me bring the pieces on the board. Yeah, we're using these ones, okay. All right, it feels good, huh? So there you go. The black bishop, yeah, it's there. All right, take a moment, really visualize this position. We're gonna go on for another 4 moves. Let me see, we have time? Yeah, we have time. All right, so I'm gonna take it away and you guys tell me, blindfold, just tell me what the next move should be. Let's go. We got until move number 16 before you see it again. Well, what do? Only 2 moves make sense right now. Okay, bishop g5, bishop g5. We gotta play bishop g5, absolutely. Bishop g5, we're hitting the rook, bishop is behind it. We still have the knight on e5. This is looking good. Thank you for the follow, guys. Okay, now pawn to d5, they just don't care. What do we do next? Come on. Now you gotta take something into consideration. With this pawn pushed, there is a bishop. So don't forget that. I don't think it's important right now, but don't forget it. Wins the bishop. They could just go bishop f8. They could go rook f8. Just keep that in mind. Oh, you mean this bishop? Huh, okay. Bishop f6. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. Queen e8 is interesting, but let me show this off first. They took back. Now we go queen e8. That's check. Okay, king g7. Now, what do we do, guys? What do we do? Yeah, just for a little bit. Okay, next move is gonna be the last move before we show you the pieces. So, what do we do at this point? Queen f7. That has to be the move. This has to be winning, getting the bishop. But with our knight over here, queen f7 has to be the move. Now, after queen f7, what could they do? They could go h8, or they could go to h6. What do we do if they go to h8? What do we do if they go to h6? Come on. Give me the whole thing. Queen f6 for both? No, I don't think so. Aha, there you go. This is it. This is it. If after queen f7 they go to h8, this is mate. If after queen f7 they go to h6, then this is mate. g6 is the square. All right, let me show you the pieces. What did I have? I think I had these. Okay, so we wanted to take here, but I missed this too. I forgot the pawn is here. I thought all of these pawns were pushed. I don't know why. There you see, it's already move number 15, and I'm already missing. There are areas that are just completely out. So we were gonna play this. We're gonna play this. This is move number 16, and we messed it up. So whoever said queen f6 for both, you got it correct. You got it correct. All right, let me put this away. And how do we continue? Queen f7, king went to h6. There's a bishop, there's a pawn. How do we continue? Oh, it is indeed. All right, I think we gotta take, just like you said, and then king h5. How do we go from here? Guys, that king has to be checkmated. How do we do this? What do you mean white bishop? Going to e2? You're a genius. You're a genius. That's it. That was the move. All right, guys, it was not perfect. But again, imagine if you did this more often. Imagine if you do the kind of training that we did at the beginning as well. So just make sure that you do this on a weekly basis. You don't have to do it every day. Just make sure that you do your tactics, you play your games, you do this kind of training too. You review your end games. There's no reason why you're not going to improve. You got it. Glad to see that you liked it. I'm going to go ahead and play a quick... Okay, so glad to hear. I'm going to play a quick blitz game, and then I'm off